So here we are at Trooper Stadium, the 5-1 Pebble Hills Spartans taking the field first. There are the 6-1 Eastwood Troopers. First quarter, Joe Fernandez, the Spartan quarterback, keeps it on the quarterback keeper. He's going to bounce that one to the outside. Fernandez inside the 5, diving for the pylon, but he is going to be just short, and that would set up a Spartan field goal. Absolutely drilled that one, and they take the 3-0 lead. Next possession, it's Fernandez rolling out. He's looking to pass. That one's going to be a fumble. It's scooped up by the Troopers. How about that? Roberto Ramirez make that, returns it all the way to the house, 7-3 Eastwood. And the fans at Trooper Stadium were loving the big-time play right there from this Trooper defense. The Spartans now back with it. Zephaniah Moon hurdling the defender. How about that athleticism right there? And that would set up yet another Spartan field goal, make it 7-6 in favor of the Troopers. Eastwood getting rolling. Final seconds of the half. Kingston Jeffries rolling left. He's going to heave this one deep down the field to the goal line. It's tipped and it's caught. Jordan Nava on the Hail Mary, the answered prayer right at the end of the half. How about that? Eastwood takes a 14-6 lead at the halftime on one of the most improbable plays you'll see all season long. To the second half, now we go. Jeffries went down with an injury, so the backup, Bentley DeVries, came in and he would ball out in a tied game, 14-14. DeVries led his team down the field and set up a game-winning field goal as Eastwood takes it make that 17-14. They remained perfect in district play and now have control of that division. And after the game, here's their head coach, Julio Lopez.
Well, Chaz, what a great game we had here for our game of the week, coming down to the wire, 17-14, Eastwood taking the win. And we have a chance to talk to head coach Lopez of the Eastwood Troopers. Tell us, that was a down-to-the-wire game. What was the key to victory today?
We've been telling people all year, don't sleep on this defense. The one touchdown we gave up was a punt that got muffed inside the 2-yard line. We gave up 2 field goals. That unit played so great. They flew around. Pebble Hills has a lot of great athletes. I'm just so proud of the resiliency tonight. You know, at various times we couldn't get things going. You know, we rep the Hail Mary every Thursday for 11 years. We've never ran it. We ran it today and it worked. So just a credit to the preparation of our kids and our staff. And I love this team. This environment was amazing. This is where you want to play a football game, right? So the crowd got into it, was big on that huge drive at the end. I just can't be more happy for our squad.
Coach, tell me about when Kingston Jeffries went down in the 4th right there. You had your backup come in. Tell me about his resiliency there.
Yeah, we got 2 guys we love. Obviously, Kingston got banged up, and the way the game was going, we knew we had to create with our legs a little bit. So, you know, Kingston was ready to go, but obviously still hurting after obviously a tough game. But Bentley came through when we needed to. Derek Messer hits the game winner, and then our defense had a big stop at the end. So, again, I just can't be more proud to be the head coach of this football team.
Thank you so much. Coach, is there anything you want to add about this victory and just going into next week?
No, Trooper Nation, you showed out, baby. You were a big part of it. Go Troop!
Thank you, Coach. So we're going to go ahead and send things back to you, Chaz.
Thank you, Mark, and sorry about that. Mark Ball out there for us as our sideline reporter. Julio Lopez clearly fired up, and he should be because his Eastwood Troopers are absolutely rolling. Another huge victory for Eastwood, and like I said, they got control of that district title. We'll see if they can bring it home. But we go back to the SAC now for another 6A clash. Franklin trying to bounce back from that last week loss against Eastwood, and they'd be taking on the Socorro Bulldogs. Socorro first possession on 4th down. They're going to go for it, but that pass is going to be intercepted by make that Franklin's Brody Martinez. Martinez with a nice return there and get it right back to his offense. Now, and they give it first touch for Ernie Powers, the second leading rusher in the nation, and he's going to take it for a house call, 70-plus yards on the touchdown. And just like that, the Franklin Cougar offense is rolling. The Bulldogs now back with it, and they're going to have to go for it on 4th down once again. Adrian Hunt on the handoff, but he is going to be stopped short, make it a turnover on downs. Franklin now slowly chunking their way downfield. Ernie Powers once again powering his way down the field. And here he goes once again, finding a hole. Ernie Powers right through the heart of the defense in for yet another touchdown, continuing that record-breaking season. And in the end, Franklin runs away with this one, make it 52-7 the final score. And coming up next, we got tons of action to get to tonight. So make sure you go get another drink, refill that popcorn, because guess what? We are gonna be right back. Oh man, come on. Lock it in, dude. Sorry, can you say that again? You were really quiet there. I had to turn my thing up. Okay, right here. All right, cool. Let me get the clicker where I put it. Ooh. Sorry about that open, guys. I got a little comfortable.
Welcome to Franklin Cougars.
Welcome back to ARC Red Zone, the best Friday night party here in the Borderlands. When the Chapin Huskies upset Del Valle a couple weeks back, it blew the Division II 5A title race wide open. Numerous teams right up there in the mix, including the Huskies and their foes here tonight. And who would be the 4-3 Canutillo Eagles playing host at the Blue Paradise to Chapin, who's coming in at 5-3. Third quarter, Chapin up 21-14. Cesar Huerta on the sprint out pass. He dishes it to Santiago Silva. Silva's got a little bit of space right there. That's a first down and more. He's going to be tracked down just outside the 30. Later in the quarter, fourth down. Canutillo going for it all, but that one is knocked away. Big time defensive play right there. Leaf DeWitt on the PBU. Next possession, handoff to but the drive would end in a punt. Next possession, Davion Singleton keeps it himself, powering forward for a first down. Later in the drive, Singleton calls his own number once again. He's going to burst through there and into the end zone, but that one would get called back due to a penalty. But in the end, Chapin rolls 35-21, the final score. Up to Andrus now for another Division II 5A showdown where the 5-1 Eagles took on the 4-3 Burgess Mustangs. Jamarty Milton, the quarterback for Andrus, is going to keep it himself on the option right there. Tons of green grass in front of him. Makes a great cut, and he'll take that one all the way for the Eagle touchdown. Make it 7-0 Eagles. Next possession, The Eagles back with it. It's Jamari Milton to pass this time. Lofting that one deep down the sideline. How about Jordan Owens making the catch just outside the 5? First and goal now. It's Milton calling his own number once again, pushing over linemen and stomping into the end zone to double the Eagle lead. Here we go once again. The Eagles continue to roll. Milton, screen pass out to Avant Clayton, and he's going to take that one down the sideline, tiptoeing his way for another big-time Andrus touchdown, and they would continue to roll. How about we get the Eagle run game going, shall we? Carmelo Jones, a.k.a. Mello, on the handoff right now, making people miss, breaking tackles, and he's going to take that one in for yet another Andrus touchdown, and they would do that all night long as the Eagles dominate and take home a 62-7 victory. To Conquest Stadium now, where the 6-1 Del Valle Conquistadors hosted the 0-6 Horizon Scorpions. Opening kickoff, Del Valle sends that one deep. Jose Castillo scoops it up on the return. Castillo gets a couple of blocks. He's going to bounce that one to the outside. Castillo across midfield, makes the kicker miss, and he's going to be dropped just inside the 35. That'd set up a field goal, but it would be blocked. A huge play right there for Del Valle special teams making up for that one. Later in the first, Jake Fetty. Nunez turns on the Jets, and there he goes. He is going. A touchdown right there for the Conquistadors. Make it 7-0 following possession. Mauricio Payan shoots it out to Bruce Potter on the screen. Potter turning on the Jets down the sideline. Abraham Garcia trying to chase him down, but he won't get there. Extra point, no good, 7-6. Next possession, they hand off to Dante Etchison. Looks like they got him. No, they don't. He spins out of that one. He's going to run it all the way back across the field. Look at Fetty playing lead blocker as Etchison's got a big-time run on that one. Later in the drive, it's Javi Villarreal punching it in from a couple of yards out. That'll put Del Valle extending their lead, and from then on out, it was all Del Valle. They go on to win 52-22 in the end. To Isleta now, where the undefeated Indians hosted the 3-4 Clint Lions. Opening drive, Brandon Queza keeps himself, breaks a tackle, and there he goes. He'll be caught and dropped just outside the 10-yard line, but that would set up first and goal a couple of plays later. Queza under center, pushing straight ahead, powering into the end zone, and he gives the Lions the early lead. Clint would go for a surprise onside kick, though, after the touchdown. Ruben Corrado picks it up off the bounce, and he's going to try and make some magic happen. There he goes. Corrado turns what Clint tried to make an onside kick into an Isleta touchdown, and just like that, the Indians tie things up. And now they get the ball right back. Rodrigo Martinez back to pass, and he's going to find a wide open Armando Guzman for the touchdown, and the Indians take the lead. Final seconds of the half, Clint driving, trying to punch it in with a few seconds to go. Queza calling his own number once again. He'll push himself into the end zone. Isleta led 14-12 at the half, but in the end, they awake in that second half and roll to a big-time 43-12 victory, and they remain undefeated. Still so much more to get to tonight. Lots more highlights. We got the play of the week, so make sure you don't go anywhere. Welcome back to ARC Red Zone, everybody. Appreciate each and every one of you joining me here tonight. It's been a tough start to the year for both Montwood and Coronado. Each team can score at almost any moment. The problem is they've just had trouble keeping the other team out of the end zone, but still plenty of time to try and get things back on track and make a push for the postseason. So to the sack we go. Coronado running out onto make that Montwood running out to the field first. The Rams looking for their first win of the season. Coronado coming in second, visiting the sack from the west side. Opening kickoff, a surprise onside kick from Coronado, and they'd recover. How about that call right there from Coach Pry, giving his offense the ball. And on the first touch, it's Ben Wilson at quarterback. He slings it out to Christian Frescas on the screen pass. He's got tons of green grass in front of him. Look at him go, and he is in for the touchdown to give the Thunderbirds the early lead. Montwood first possession now. Damian Briano keeps it himself. Briano, great cut up field, making defenders miss. Damian Briano shaking and baking all the way for to do things once again, making more magic. He's in the pocket right here. He's gonna fire that one to the end zone and delivers a strike to Adrian Cortinas for the touchdown to give the Rams the lead. Coronado now with the chance to strike back. It's Ben Wilson keeping it himself, pushing his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And we'll try and get you guys a final score on that one as soon as we possibly can. But in the end, we'll try and get that. If we don't, we'll get it over on our website. And it's been another amazing night full of action here in the Borderlands, but I don't think there's really much of a debate for the play of the week. So let's just hop right into it. You guys know where it's coming from. It, of course, comes from Eastwood as Kingston Jeffries rolls to his left, heaves that one deep to the end zone. It's tipped and caught by Jordan Nava on the Hail Mary, the answered prayer for the Troopers. Let's watch this one again. We got to do it again. Jeffries showing off the arms, 50-plus yards in the air. The tip, the catch, absolute perfection. As Coach Lopez said, 11 years in the making, that Hail Mary, and Eastwood gets another big-time victory. What a night it's been. I mean, absolutely incredible. Congratulations to Eastwood and all the other winners here around the Borderlands. It's been an amazing show. I thank you all for joining us so much time, and it's been a blast each and every time that I see you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. We got a big one. Our game of the week next week, Division II 5A title implications. Del Valle taking on Andress. But for now, I'll see you guys all